People work with people, people don't work with brands.
Is networking the new MBA? Can strong connections really outweigh the degree's value?
You cannot say that your education does not matter. Education matters a lot. Unless and until people know about your brand, whatever marketing you can do on social media, on Instagram, on LinkedIn, if people don't know you as a person, who's the face behind it, people are not going to buy that.
सर एक ये भी बात चलती है काफी कि people bond over drinks a lot. How true is it for networking?
You are having a good time with that prospective client of yours. You had drinks with him for 3-4 hours. And tomorrow morning, you will get a call from him at 11 a.m. saying that, Akshay, I really enjoyed having drinks with you. And since you are a great drinker, that is the reason I'm giving you the order. So it will never happen. People will only work with you if you are capable enough to handle what they are looking for. Or they are not going to give you the work just because that you have had a great party with them and you were drinking with them last night. So I completely rule out this misconception that since I am a teetotaler, sir, मैं कैसे networking करूँ? मैं तो उनसे connection ही नहीं develop कर पाऊँगा because I don't drink and I don't party. So I don't agree to that fact.
Hi guys, today's podcast is with Vivek Johar, an effective networking coach who has helped thousands of professionals crack the code of meaningful connections. In this episode, we will discuss how to effectively network in any room, the biggest do's and don'ts of networking, and how to leave a lasting impression using simple, powerful tips. If you're a business owner or a working professional struggling to build a strong network, this conversation is exactly what you need. Let's jump in. So, very warm welcome on Indian Business Times podcast, Vivek sir.
Thank you.
वैसे हम अपनी ऑडियंस को पहले बता चुके हैं that Mr. Vivek Johar is a effective networking coach. और आज इस podcast से हम the real Vivek Johar, who is a great networking coach, उनसे हम बहुत सारी tips लेके जाना चाहते हैं, which the audience can also use it in their professions. So, how are you feeling today, Vivek sir?
Absolutely fine, Akshay. And first of all, thank you very much for inviting me and thinking of me to be a part of this podcast. I keep on watching your earlier podcast, and I think you asked some very relevant questions, which are very practical in nature. Those are not very bookish questions, and that is something which I really like about your podcast. So thank you very much for having me here.
Thank you so much for the praises, Vivek sir. Usually praises हम last में ही करते हैं, but आपने पहले ही कर दी तो that's very kind of you.
Yeah.
सर नेटवर्किंग के बारे में हम आज क्वेश्चंस एड्रेस करेंगे. तो सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट क्वेश्चन मेरे दिमाग में जो आता है whenever I think about networking and also talk about networking with several other people, नेटवर्क मार्केटिंग एंड नेटवर्किंग में डिफरेंस क्या है?
So these are two separate things. There is no direct relation with these two terminologies, I would say. Network marketing is something, Akshay, jahan pe transactions are involved. If there is no transaction, network marketing does not exist. Network marketing mein you have to make members, and if the members are not responding or not working, network marketing wahin pe khatam ho jati hai. Because it is transactional, as I've just mentioned.
Right.
Whereas networking, effective networking is not transactional. First of all, you have to build that kind of rapport with that person. You have to develop that kind of connection with that person. And once you do effective networking,
Right.
then business comes later. Because if a person really likes you, if a person feels that yes, you are a genuine person, you are an honest person, and it's good to stay connected with you, the business will automatically happen. But to start with, networking is not about transactions. It is much beyond that. Transactions are just a byproduct of networking.
Of healthy networking. Right. So since we were talking about what networking is and how it should not be confused with network marketing, so what are those basic ways by which people can start networking, and who should be networking, how should they be networking, and why should they be networking?
See, why they should be networking is because, see, we do a lot of marketing for our products and services. Now, imagine that there are a lot of people in the market who are not your employees, but they are marketing your products, your services, and your brand on your behalf. So that is the first benefit of doing effective networking, because whenever they think about that particular product or service which you are selling in the market, they will always think about you and start referring you in their ecosystem. So that is the first and foremost thing why you should do networking. How you should do networking is, first of all, you should try to create a value in somebody's mind, that what kind of value you bring on the table and what kind of value you can create for that person. That is the first thing how you can actually do networking. And networking, as I've just mentioned, should not be transactional. You should not have the end result in mind that I want to close X amount of business with this person, and that is the reason I am meeting this person or I am doing networking with that person. Networking should be much, much beyond that. If
Right.
you are able to build that kind of network which can actually work for you, that is called the real networking.
Right, right. And would you say that people who are not networking, being a business owner or being in any profession, a working professional, do you think they're not getting enough from their professional lives?
No, I won't say that. They might be doing really well if they are not networking, because, for example, there is a person who is running a retail store and he does not have time to do networking because he cannot leave his counter. I'm not saying and his counter is doing really well. So I'm not saying that if he's not doing networking, तो उसका काम अच्छा नहीं चल रहा है. But what I'm trying to tell you that if somebody is doing networking at the same time he is focusing on his products, services, and he has a customer centric approach, and if he really does effective networking, he can take his business to the next level, because he can actually interact with people, he can meet people, and these are the people who can actually help him to take his brand to the next level or take his brand to a larger audience. So networking can actually help your business to take it to the next level.
ठीक है. So if a person wants to start networking, how should they be presenting themselves? And what could be the best way to network? I mean, is it attending a networking event? Is it, calling people and asking them to meet you up? What is the most effective way to meet many people and start networking? And how should they be presenting themselves?
See, the two professional ways by which you can actually start doing networking, you can be a part of some networking organizations where you meet very frequently and then you start developing connections with the people in those organizations. Second is, yes, you can attend a lot of events which are happening in your city. You can choose those events which are the events which you can attend and start interacting with those people on a very regular basis. And once you develop that kind of rapport with those people, you can actually ask them for a 30 to 45 minutes of time and do a kind of in-person meeting with them also, so that you can develop that kind of rapport and develop a kind of connection with that person. So these are the two things: joining a networking organization which can actually work for you so that you can expand your horizon, you can expand your network. And second is, obviously, you can attend events which are happening in your city, which can actually help you to become visible also in the market and your ecosystem also.
Right. So, sir, tell me that I know that you also, have networking masterclasses. So, how do your classes help people learn networking and make the best use of attending your networking masterclasses?
See, Akshay, a lot of books have been written on various topics, including networking. I myself read a lot of books. लेकिन बुक्स में आपको ये सिखाया जाता है कि आपको क्या क्या चीज़ें करनी चाहिए. Most of the books talk about that. I'm not saying that 100% of the books talk about this only, but there are very few books which tell you what are some of the things which you should not do. So these are some of the things which we discuss in the networking masterclass, because I meet a lot of people. From last so many years, I make sure that I meet at least one new face every day. And whenever I meet people, I observe certain things which they should have done right, and they are not doing it right.
Okay.
So these are some of the things which I tell people from my own experiences, that if you want to become effective networker, if you want people to like you, if you want to create that first good lasting impression, you should actually do these things, and you should actually not do certain things which are very important. And this is what networking masterclasses is all about.
So, sir, कुछ थोड़ा सा जिसमें बताओ कि what are those things, a few things, if you can mention 3-4 things that most commonly are not being done right, and you tell people that this is the way you should be doing it.
So actually, these are very basic things. These are not something out of the box. You will be surprised to hear that these are some of the basic things which most of the people are not following when it comes to networking. One is that if you're going to meet somebody, please arrive before time. That's number one.
Right.
Now, a lot of people will say that these are very basic things, and I reiterate that I'm only going to talk about basic things because basics are missing in today's society or in networking. Basics are missing. One is that you should arrive before time so that the other person feels that you value his time and you value this conversation which is going to happen.
True.
Number one.
Right.
Number two is that whenever you are meeting somebody, don't start blowing your own trumpet. Most of the time what happens is that we talk a lot when we meet somebody.
Correct.
Instead, give them an opportunity to talk about themselves, because people love talking about themselves. People love being heard. Whereas the fact of the matter is that the biggest mistake which we do when we meet people is that we keep on talking about ourselves, our achievements, and the conversation goes somewhere else. That's point number two. Point number three is that try to create a value for somebody. That whenever you're meeting somebody, see, getting a first meeting will not be very difficult, but getting that second meeting from the same person will only depend on the kind of value you have created in the first meeting.
Right.
Are you making sense when you're talking to somebody? Are you trying to help him in something? It may be anything. Maybe a business advice, maybe a personal advice, maybe connecting them to somebody with whom they can collaborate. So these are some of the things which actually we should try to do. And fourth, which is extremely important, I would say that don't have the end result in mind when you go for networking, which is a basic problem, fundamental mistake which people do. They always have that end result in mind, that I'm going to meet Akshay because I want to close that particular deal with Akshay, and we'll talk some goody things in the beginning. And at the end of the meeting, I'll ask Akshay that what happened to that proposal. So don't be transactional when it comes to networking. First, try to build that value for yourself.
Right.
Because what happens is that if the other person likes you, they will definitely work with you. If people feel that yes, you are a genuine person, you are an honest person, you're an ethical person, they will definitely work with you sooner or later. But what happens is that we have a transaction going on in our mind, and then we are not able to develop that human bond with that person. And networking is all about developing that human connection with the other person. People work with people, people don't work with brands. If people like you, whatever you are selling, at what price you are selling, they will definitely buy from you, because they know for a fact that yes, you are a genuine person who is not going to sell them anything which is not worth buying.
Right, sir. आपने ये सही बात बोली कि people work with people, not with businesses, and I've also witnessed this many a times. And successful organizations भी I think ये चीज़ follow करती हैं, and you should be learning from them. तो एक और question है मेरा कि is networking the new MBA? Can strong connections really outweigh the degree's value?
No, I would say education is equally important. I would give equal weightage to both of them. You cannot say that your education does not matter. Education matters a lot. But what I'm trying to tell you is that if you have a degree, if you have a good degree from a good B school, and you are an entrepreneur who is having his own startup, unless and until people know about you as a person, unless and until people know about your brand, whatever marketing you can do on social media, on Instagram, on LinkedIn, if people don't know you as a person, who's the face behind it, people are not going to buy that. Unless and until your product is exceptionally good that there is no competition in the market, yes, it can definitely help, but you will have very few cases like that. Where startup is having some wonderful product and the founder is not going anywhere and not meeting anyone and the product is selling.
Right.
There are a lot of startups here, and what they are doing is that they are meeting a lot of people. They are meeting a lot of venture capitalists. They are meeting a lot of vendors. They are meeting a lot of their prospective buyers. They are meeting their existing clients also. It is a kind of networking only. They are a part of various networking forums also, where they are trying to create visibility for themselves and also for their brand. So degree, I would say, is equally important because it teaches you a lot that how things work. But on ground, how things work, you can only learn when you go out in the field, when you meet people, because when end users tell you that these are some of the things which we are looking for in a particular product, or there are people who can actually connect you to your prospective buyers, that can only be done with the help of networking, and if you do really effective networking. So I would say in the last that your degree and networking both go hand in hand.
Both go hand in
Yeah.
hand. Right. So, sir, एक ये भी बात चलती है काफी कि people bond over drinks a lot. How true is it for networking?
People bond over drinks, absolutely right, but they bond for those 3-4 hours only. I'll give you a small example and I'll tell you in Hindi that supposedly you are in a party and you are having drinks with one of your prospective buyers, and you are having a good time with that prospective client of yours. You had drinks with him for 3-4 hours. And tomorrow morning, you will get a call from him at 11 a.m. saying that, Akshay, I really enjoyed having drinks with you. And since you are a great drinker, that is the reason I'm giving you the order. So it will never happen. People will only work with you if you are capable enough to handle what they are looking for.
Right.
People will only work with you basis your capabilities and how good you are. They are not going to work for you, or they are not going to give you the work just because that you have had a great party with them and you were drinking with them last night. You can develop a bond with them, but that bond does not result into any kind of business, because during those 3-4 hour sessions you were not able to convey that how good you are as far as your work is concerned.
Right.
You have only conveyed them that you are a good drinker. So I completely rule out this misconception that since I am a teetotaler, sir, मैं कैसे networking करूं? मैं तो उनसे connection ही नहीं develop कर पाऊंगा because I don't drink and I don't party. So I don't agree to that fact.
So you're saying कि even if a person is a teetotaler, doesn't drink a lot, doesn't drink anything, but still he could have a very effective networking group.
Absolutely.
Right.
There are multiple examples. Multiple examples. This is not a prerequisite to develop a kind of connection with somebody, that to be a good networker, these are the 5 things you have to do. And out of those 5 things, one is that you should be a heavy drinker, or you should be a party person. You should go attend a party, be yourself, whatever you are, and then come back and you can still get the business.
True. So we talked about, drinks. Now let's talk about coffee. Do you think a coffee meet can actually change your career? And have you seen this happening in real life?
I won't say it can change your career, but I'll say that it can actually change your bonding or your relationship with that particular person. The only thing is, and I'm repeating this, over and over again during this podcast is that if you are trying to be transactional during your meeting with that person, if you are asking somebody out for a coffee and you have this thing in mind that you want to sell somebody to that person, so that is not called networking. I'm not saying that you should not do those kind of sales meetings. Those kind of sales meetings are extremely important. If you're given a proposal to somebody and you are asking that person out for a coffee and discuss the final proposal and close the deal, that's also extremely important. But here we are talking about networking. You're trying to develop a bond with that person, and if you're meeting that person very regularly and trying to create a value that this is the kind of person you are, and in a very subtle manner you are trying to tell them that this is what I stand for, these are my work ethics, this is how we operate. In a very subtle manner you are telling this to the other person that they can actually work for you. In between you can also tell them about some of your success stories, but it should come out in a very, very authentic manner so that it does not sound like a sales pitch or a sales story. I remember one incident during my corporate days. I was meeting a person and he was the admin head of a particular organization. And I was working for a telecom company at that time. And I used to meet that person very regularly because I used to enjoy those conversations. And I always knew that there is no chance of me getting business because there is no new business requirement in that particular organization. And at the same time, my competitor was doing very well in that organization. So there was no chance that I could enter into that particular organization. But whenever I used to go to that side, I always go to his office and we always talk for 30 to 45 minutes. We always had a good laugh, good meeting and all those kind of things. Akshay, would you believe that maybe after a year or so, he faced problem with his existing vendor? And that was a massive fire broke out in his office and they were looking for somebody who can handle their operations as far as connectivity goes. He gave me a call and I saw this as an opportunity. And why he gave me a call, can you imagine? He gave me a call because that was a kind of top of the mind recall value, because I was meeting him in spite of the fact that there was no business transaction happening there. There was no purpose of meeting that person. So I was meeting him without an agenda.
True.
He gave me the opportunity that my existing vendor is not helping me, Vivek. Can you help me? I gathered few of my colleagues within my organization and in 48 hours, we resolved that problem. After that, he called me again after 15 days and he told me that I want you to set up the same system in all my branches across Upper North. He gave me the business, which was a kind of one of the biggest deal I have cracked during my telecom career. But if I look back and realize why it happened, because I was going to him during those days also when there was no business discussions happening. There was no business transaction. There was nothing in the sales funnel, but still I was meeting him without an agenda because I developed that kind of bond with that person that he did not discuss any kind of commercials with me. He only wanted that I want my system to be up and running, Vivek. Can you help? So you should actually meet people. You should actually develop those kind of connections with that person so that people feel that you are not meeting them only because you have some kind of business transaction going on in his mind.
Right. So to sum this up, it's right to be said that sales meetings definitely not have to be confused with a networking meeting.
Absolutely.
Networking is more about bonding with each other.
Absolutely.
Sales meeting definitely could have an agenda and both people are in that mindset.
Yeah.
But when you're networking with somebody, going for a networking meeting, then it's more about bonding.
Yeah.
Right. Great answer for that, sir. So, जो introverts होते हैं सर, उनको बहुत टफ होता है, उनको सोशल एंग्जाइटी हो जाती है. हाउ डू आई प्रेजेंट माई सेल्फ, मैं खड़ा कैसे हूँ, मैं ये चीज़ कैसे बोलूँ. कई लोग तो गिर जाते हैं. सो हाउ डू दोज पीपल ओवरकम देयर सोशल एंक्शियसनेस एंड द इंट्रोवर्ट्स, हाउ डू दे एक्सपेरिमेंट विद नेटवर्किंग. अच्छे नेटवर्कर्स कैसे बने. एंड मैं चाहूँगा कि आपको एक एग्जाम्पल भी दो कि अगर आपने किसी को ऐसे बेटर नेटवर्कर बनते सुना है या देखा है, जो पहले एक इंट्रोवर्ट था?
अक्षय, इंट्रोवर्ट्स के पास सबसे बड़ा जो प्लस पॉइंट है, जो एक्सट्रोवर्ट्स के पास नहीं है, वो ये है कि इंट्रोवर्ट्स आर ग्रेट लिसनर्स.
ट्रू ट्रू ट्रू.
They are superb listeners because they are hesitant to talk. So that's why they become good listeners.
Right.
And people like being heard. People love to tell their stories and they want somebody to listen to them. That is the first and the biggest advantage they have, introverts. I always advise introverts, whenever they are attending any kind of networking event, reach there early, because when introverts enter into some kind of networking event and there are already 40 to 50 people present there, they feel very awkward. They feel really awkward. And I have seen some of the introverts going back from that event because they could not handle those stares. So what I always advise them, reach early, बिकॉज वहाँ पे जब आप अर्ली जाते हैं तो एक दो ही लोग होते हैं और एक दो लोगों से इंटरेक्ट करना इज रिलेटिवली easier as compared to some of the other people who are there, 40 to 50 people.
Correct.
So they should actually reach early. Third is obviously they should ask some very intelligent questions, and it should be a one-liner question only. Sir, how often you attend these kind of events? Sir, I was going through your LinkedIn article about artificial intelligence and how you're going to implement in your organization. Where are you, sir, on that? Ask some very intelligent questions, because what happens is that when you ask intelligent questions, which leads to long answers from the other person, the focus is not on you. And
Right.
you being introvert don't want the focus on you.
True.
Fourth, the most important point is that whenever introverts are going to any networking event, don't try to meet each and every one.
Okay.
अगर आपको लगता है मैं एक दो लोगों से मिला हूं और मैंने उनसे एक जेन्युइन कनेक्शन डेवलप कर लिया है, even if you want to come back from that event after making those 2 genuine connections, आप वापस भी आ सकते हैं वहां से. But when you have that thing in mind that I have to meet 50 people, I have to collect those business cards, it puts undue pressure on you, and that pressure you should not take. So these are some of the things, apart from multiple other things which introverts can do. And I have seen people doing these very basic things जहाँ पे उनको बहुत ज़्यादा कुछ नहीं करना पड़ा, जहाँ पे उनको कोई ऐसी चीज़ नहीं करनी पड़ी which is not a part of their personality, and it becomes very difficult for them to do those things. They have done all these basic things. Plus, I have seen people attending lot of introverts attending my master classes also, where they have implemented these basic things, and now they are little more confident approaching people and more confident in attending those events also and approaching those people during these events.
Right. So confidence तो definitely build up होता है introverts का भी, अगर एक solid networking हो जाए तो.
Yeah.
Right. So you teach people how to network. Has it ever, has it ever been a situation with you that you have also struggled to build network in your career?
Yeah, it happens these days also. Not only during the early part of my career, it happens sometimes. It has happened last week also, where I have tried to develop a connection with somebody. I try to do some effective networking, which we are currently discussing today with that person, but that person doesn't seem to be interested. He was simply not interested in what I was talking and what I was asking. And you have to accept the fact that there is no 100% success rate in networking also. There will be people who will not pay any attention to you. There will be people who are not keen to network with you. There will be people who are not keen to talk to you. And you have to move on. If you keep on thinking about कि यार इसके साथ तो मैंने वो चीज़ें करना चाही, वो मैंने ट्रिक्स करना चाहे यहाँ पे जो मैंने नेटवर्किंग मास्टर क्लास में सीखा था, यहाँ तो काम नहीं किया, तो इसका मतलब नेटवर्किंग में ये चीज़ें नहीं चलती, एंड यू गो बैक होम. In your daily life also, in your business also, in your career also, in your job also, you're not successful every day. Every day is a different day. There will be setbacks also. Similarly, networking also. There are times when people are not ready to interact with you. It happens. You have to move on. Just move on.
Right. True. हाँ, मतलब exactly. You can't get too pushy. It's also, I believe there is common sense also involved. When you try to talk to somebody, and you should immediately realize that he does not want to talk to you. And I think once you realize that, you should refrain yourself also from, talking to that person or being pushy.
Absolutely.
Let-
Absolutely. Very right point. You should not be very pushy. बिकॉज आपको लग रहा है कि वो आदमी आपके एक या दो क्वेश्चंस का कुछ आंसर नहीं दे रहा एंड मोर इम्पोर्टेंटली आई ऑलवेज टेल पीपल टू लुक एट द बॉडी लैंग्वेज ऑफ द पर्सन द बॉडी लैंग्वेज कैन convey so many things which your words will not be able to.
Right.
So look at the body language of that person और आपको पता लग जाएगा that person is genuinely not interested. You have to just move on. There are other people also in the networking event. Just go and talk to them.
Right.
Why you are worried about that one particular loss you had 3 weeks back कि वो वाला मैच हार गए थे अब उसी को आप सोचते जा रहे हैं. Move on and play rest of the matches of the series and try to win them. Similarly in the case of networking.
Absolutely true. Now that I think of it, there are many scenarios in my mind that definitely have occurred with me. But वो बात करने लगेंगे तो 3-4 podcast और करने पड़ेंगे. So my next question to you is, can you tell one story where networking failed because it was getting too transactional?
It happened during the early part of my career also when I was trying to close a particular deal and I was chasing this client of mine and every time I used to go to him, I used to start my conversation by discussing about the proposal which I have given to that particular person. And he used to tell me few pointers, few objections which he had, but I never tried to develop that personal rapport with that person. And Akshay, I realized that very, very quickly that if you want to close a sale, you first have to open up the person.
Right.
The fact of the matter is, and it is a problem with most of the sales guys, that whenever they meet their prospects, right from the word go, even before sitting on the chair which is there in the front of their customers, they start talking about the proposals, they start talking about the sale, they start asking, sir, us proposal ka kya bana sir, usko kab close kar sakte hain. You first have to open up a person. आपको customer को अपनी wavelength पे लाना होगा.
True.
If you feel that the person or your customer is feeling little down today, you can simply ask them, sir, are you okay?
Right.
On other days, you're very active. Today, I don't find you very, very active. And these are very small, basic things which you can do. And if the person says that, yes, I have not slept last night because I was not feeling well, but still I have to come to the office. Do you have the courage? Do you have the guts to tell that person, sir, please take rest. I'll see you some another day.
You should have those guts.
Yes.
Right.
If you have those guts, look at the kind of respect that person will have, that this is not a very pushy sales guy. He realized the fact that, yes, I'm not keeping well and I'm not in a position to discuss that proposal. But it does not happen. We are very, very pushy, which does not help. And this is something which I've learned very quickly or learned during the initial phase of my career. Maybe because I was reading too much books, maybe I've got some good mentors. They taught me that, yes, before you close something very big or before you close a deal with the person, try to open up that person first. And if you develop a kind of rapport with the person, if you develop a connection with that person, the person will be extremely keen to work with you, and you'll be surprised that the person is not discussing about the terms and conditions of the commercials much. He's just concerned that, yes, you are a good person, and yes, I will give that particular, I'll do that particular business deal with you.
Right. Yeah, I absolutely agree. Life की philosophy भी देखा जाए तो कहते हैं कि you should not run after money or transactions, rather develop your skills. Then definitely you're going to get everything one day. Right. True. So, sir, networking में एक चीज़ काफ़ी देखते हैं कि people exchange a lot of business cards. आजकल तो digital cards भी चल चुके हैं, right? तो बिजनेस कार्ड्स की रेलेवेंस है आज की डेट में या नहीं?
I think the answer to this question, Akshay, is yes and no both. Why I'm saying no? Because whenever people meet people, they take out their wallets and hand over the business cards to them.
True.
And most of the business cards या तो गाड़ी में पड़े रहते हैं या ऑफिस जाके वो टेबल पे कुछ दिन के लिए पड़े रहते हैं, कुछ दिन के बाद वो टेबल से आपके डस्टबिन में चले जाते हैं. Business cards, so this was an answer to the no. Now business cards are important, but they can only become important once you have met somebody, you have interacted with somebody, आपने उनको इतना वैल्यू दिखा दिया, अपना भी और उनके लिए भी इतना वैल्यू क्रिएट कर दिया कि 10 मिनट की डिस्कशन के बाद या 15 मिनट की डिस्कशन के बाद सामने वाले ने आपसे खुद कहा कि सर कैन आई हैव योर बिजनेस कार्ड.
True.
And if you want to just measure the kind of interactions you are having with that person, whether they are effective conversations or ineffective interactions, you should actually, this is a kind of parameter which you can set कि आपसे कितने लोगों ने business card मांगा. अगर आपसे किसी ने नहीं मांगा और आपने just hand over कर दिया business cards, the other person will not even look at the business card.
Right.
So this is the relevance of the business card. और इसीलिए आप देखते हैं कि आजकल बहुत सारे लोग ऐसे हैं जो बिजनेस कार्ड्स नहीं रखते हैं और जो इफेक्टिव नेटवर्कर्स हैं वो कभी भी बिजनेस कार्ड हैंड ओवर नहीं करते हैं.
करते होंगे तो शायद बाद में करते होंगे
लेकिन पहले नहीं करते. यस, एब्सोल्युटली. एंड दैट इज योर मोमेंट. अगर आपने वो 10 मिनट के बाद अगर सामने वाले ने आपसे बिजनेस कार्ड मांगा है और 10 मिनट आपकी बात सुनी है, इट मींस आपने कुछ वैल्यू उनको दिखाया है, बताया है उनको, यस दिस इज द काइंड ऑफ वैल्यू आई कैन ब्रिंग ऑन टेबल फॉर यू, एंड दैट इज योर मोमेंट.
Right. So let's say if I go to a networking event tomorrow, I should not be like, let's say I meet somebody and here's my card. I should not do this.
Absolutely not.
Rather, I should shake hands and introduce myself that my name is Akshay. Likewise, the other person would. And firstly, I should give him a chance to speak.
Absolutely.
And I should be a good listener first.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
If I'm lucky enough, he will ask for my business card.
Yeah. Yeah. Not lucky enough. I would say if you're doing the right things.
If I'm doing the right
If you're doing basic things, people will definitely ask for your contact details. And if you're not business card, because we are living in a digital world now, people might ask for your contact details. They will save your number in their phone.
That's even better, I
Yeah,
believe.
absolutely. Absolutely. Any given day.
Right. Because storing business cards, ठीक है, पहले तो करते ही थे. बट मैंने आजकल तो बहुत कम लोगों को देखा है कि टेबल पे बिजनेस कार्ड्स पड़े हों. They are scrolling through the business cards, then calling people. Rather, people have numbers, names on their tips.
Yeah.
उन्हें पता होता है कि यार अच्छा ये काम है, इसको कॉल करता हूँ. Directly dial the number and speak to that person.
Yeah.
That is correct. Much more effective. True. तो सर LinkedIn भी अपने आप को ऐसे ही मार्केट करता है for the networking that it's doing for a lot of businesses, lot of business professionals. So do you think LinkedIn is ruining real networking or just trying to fit in this space?
No, I would not say LinkedIn is ruining networking. LinkedIn is actually helping networkers. See, what is networking if you're not following up with the person with whom you have had a great interaction?
Right. Correct.
And LinkedIn is one of those ways or one of those platforms through which you can send a follow-up message to the person you have met in a particular event. And आप किसी को एक इवेंट पे मिले, आपकी बहुत अच्छी इंटरेक्शन किसी से हुई, आपने बहुत अच्छी नेटवर्किंग की, आपने लिंक्डइन पे उनके साथ कनेक्ट किया और लिंक्डइन पे आपने कनेक्ट किया तो उन्होंने आपका लिंक्डइन प्रोफाइल व्यू किया और उनको आपके बारे में और चीज़ें पता लगी विच कैन help you in the long run. जहाँ पे उनको पता लगा that Akshay is doing so many other things also. He has won numerous awards also. There are a lot many customers who are talking good about Akshay on LinkedIn. They have given their testimonials to Akshay also. It can help you. And then LinkedIn is a platform where you can actually do follow-up with that particular person. Stay in touch with the particular person. Stay connected with that particular person. But on LinkedIn also what happens these days is that people are trying to send you messages
Correct.
You are a stranger to them, you don't know them,
Yeah.
but they are trying to send you a message that we are selling this, we are selling that, without even trying to establish a personal connection with you.
Right.
The best way to sell on LinkedIn is that if I'm going through your LinkedIn profile and I know for a fact that you are helping people to create a personal brand, I'll find some relevant article for you from the internet, and I'll attach that article for you that Akshay, I've seen your work on LinkedIn and you are trying to help people create or enhance their personal brand. I'm sending this one relevant white paper to you, which I have recently come across on XYZ platform. I hope this will be relevant for you. Let's stay connected and try to catch up over coffee whenever your schedule permits. You're not trying to sell anything. You're just trying to develop a connection by adding value. And that is something where LinkedIn and some of the other professional platforms help.
Right. So yeah, correct, sir. There has to be a context to get in touch with somebody. Na cold emails, cold DMs wali strategy, though it's very old.
Yeah.
Right. True. So, sir, energy. How important is a person's energy or his aura while networking?
Energy and aura is extremely important. I think मैं अगर इसको थोड़ा सा replace कर दूं, so I would say that your body language. It matters a lot. Whenever you're talking to somebody और आपकी body language ऐसी है, body language आपकी बहुत closed है, which gives impression to the other person that you're not into the conversation. You're not there. Your body language matters a lot. And yes, जहाँ तक ऑरा की बात आ जाती है, आप कितना कॉन्फिडेंटली लोगों से मिल रहे हैं, कितना ह्यूमन होके लोगों से मिल रहे हैं. यू आर नॉट ट्राइंग टू फेक योरसेल्फ. And you might have seen a lot of people, whenever they enter into any kind of networking event or enter into a room, the heads turn because they have certain kind of aura. It's not that they are wearing very flashy clothes. It's just that their body language is I would say, so down to earth. Their body language is so positive. Their body language is so welcoming that people want to interact with them. Energy matters, obviously matters a lot in every conversation. If you are interacting with somebody, you're looking here and there, your body language is very lethargic, the other person will feel that you're just wasting his time. So the question is very right. Your energy, your aura, but your body language, it actually depicts everything about you, whether you are in that conversation or you are just standing there but you are somewhere else.
True. Right. Sir, you talked about clothes, how you're dressed up. So, in a networking event, what role does dressing up play? मतलब सूट पहनना जरूरी है या टी शर्ट जीन्स में भी जा सकते हैं, मतलब ऐसा कुछ है?
See, it matters a lot. I'm not saying that you should always be in a three-piece suit. You should be wearing a tuxedo whenever you go into a networking event. The fact of the matter is that you should be neatly dressed. You should be dressed to the occasion.
Right.
There's a very popular saying that never judge a book by its cover. But the fact of the matter is that the book is still judged by its cover.
I agree with you on that.
People will pick the book जहाँ पे उसका कवर बहुत अच्छा है, जहाँ पे उसका टाइटल बहुत अच्छा है.
Right.
मैंने आज तक कोई ऐसा नहीं देखा जिसने बुक उठाई, अंदर कंटेंट देखा और पहले कंटेंट तो दिखता ही नहीं ना आपको. आप बुक कैसे उठाएंगे? आप बुक उसके टाइटल से उठाएंगे, उसका कवर अच्छा है.
Right.
बुक खुली तो किसी ने नहीं रखी होती, किसी दुकान पे बुक खुली नहीं पड़ी होती, और अगर खुली पड़ी भी हो तो आप उसको पढ़ेंगे नहीं, पहले
कवर ही देखेंगे.
आप पहले कवर देखेंगे. And it is same way people are looking at you. If you're dressed well,
Right.
can you imagine people decide in the first 5 to 10 seconds whether they want to interact with you or not, and it has lot to do with your dressing sense.
True that. True.
It has lot to do with how well you're dressed. Right from your polished shoes to the way you are neatly dressed, and again I'm coming back to the same point as your body language. So like the book is still judged by its cover, और जब तक ये दुनिया रहने वाली है, a book will always be judged by its cover. ऐसे ही एक इंसान को सबसे पहले जो जजमेंट की जाती है वो उसकी ड्रेसिंग सेंस, हाउ वेल ही इज ड्रेस्ड, हाउ नीटली ही इज ड्रेस्ड, हाउ हाइजीनिक ही इज, इन सब चीज़ों पे बहुत डिपेंड करता है.
I agree, sir. I agree. So tell me, sir, in your networking masterclass, how do you help people make networking less about taking and more about trust?
See, whatever we have discussed, Akshay, in this podcast from last 30 minutes, we have discussed on these two aspects also.
Correct.
That you have to ensure that people start trusting you.
Right.
And this you can do by multiple things. First of all, your conduct, your consistency. Every time you are meeting that person, the person remembers that meeting, that person was not talking about sales and sales. He was talking about so many other things which has actually brought value to me. So people start trusting you, and when people trust you, they want to work for you, they want to refer you within their ecosystem also. And it is not always about taking. I have seen a lot of people who come to networking events, who join networking organizations just because they want to take and not give. और उनका जो लाइफ स्पैन होता है इन दैट नेटवर्किंग ऑर्गेनाइजेशन और इन नेटवर्किंग इवेंट्स वो बहुत कम होता है. Because sooner or later people will realize that this person is a hunter. He has nothing to do with developing some genuine connections or making bonds or doing effective networking. उसको पता है कि जिस आदमी से मुझे काम मिलेगा मैं उसी से बात करूंगा, जिससे मुझे काम नहीं मिलता मैं उससे बात नहीं करता. So these are takers only. So I always advise my audience in networking masterclass that whether you want to be a part of 20% group or 80% group, and the 80% group is full of takers, and 20% are the ones who are givers. और वहाँ 20% में भीड़ बहुत थोड़ी है, 80% में भीड़ बहुत ज़्यादा है और आप भीड़ के बीच में घूम जाते हो. So be a part of those 20%. और ये 20% लोग ऐसे हैं जिनको ऐसे देखा जाता है कि ये लोग हमेशा रेडी रहते हैं दूसरे की हेल्प करने के लिए, दूसरों को अपलिफ्ट करने के लिए, दूसरों को कनेक्ट करवाने के लिए. एंड पीपल वॉन्ट टू इंटरैक्ट विद दोस पीपल बिकॉज एक ट्रस्ट फैक्टर आता है कि ये आदमी सेल्स वाला नहीं है, ये आदमी हंटर नहीं है, ये आदमी कुछ बेचने नहीं आया, ये आदमी लोगों को कुछ वैल्यू क्रिएट करने आया है, कुछ वैल्यू देने आया है यहाँ पे. And that's how you develop those bonds, that's how you develop those connections, that's how you build your very credible network which can actually help you in your personal and professional lives later on.
Right. So, sir, काफ़ी अच्छे तरीके से आपने सारे आंसर्स करे हैं, राइट? तो आई एम श्योर ऑडियंस विल डेफिनेटली टेक अवे अ लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स. एंड बार बार हमने इस चीज़ पे स्ट्रेस डेफिनेटली किया है कि एंड टारगेट माइंड में लेके नेटवर्किंग कभी नहीं करनी चाहिए. जस्ट गो देयर एंड बॉन्ड विद पीपल, राइट? सो दैट्स अ ग्रेट टेक अवे दैट आई एम ऑल्सो लर्निंग, एंड दैट सम्स अप द इंटायर लर्निंग दैट people should be taking from this podcast. So at the end, sir, कुछ funny rapid fire questions है हमारे पास आपके लिए.
Sure.
The best connection you have ever made accidentally?
I met one of the person who was not a member of any networking organization. He came as one of the visitors, and I have this habit of reaching out to strangers whenever I am in a networking event. I went to this stranger, I did all those things which we have discussed in the last 30 to 40 minutes, and we have developed a very, very strong connection. And this guy has been referring me everywhere within his ecosystem because he thinks that if he is going to refer me, he will not be disappointed, or rather I'll not disappoint him.
Right.
So that is the kind of connection we have developed just by having some very genuine conversation which is not indirectly related to sales.
Right. So cold email or warm coffee?
Always warm coffee.
So one quality every great networker should have.
He should be a great listener. That is the reason that God has given you 2 ears and just one tongue, because you should listen more rather than talk.
Right. Absolutely. A gift that always works in corporate settings.
A personalized gift. related to his favorite pastime or maybe hobby. But most of the people don't do that because it takes time to research that. But if you do that, I think a gift can help you to develop a good first impression with that person.
Right. I think ये तो dating tips में भी होना चाहिए.
Yeah.
So, your go-to icebreaker line at any event या किसी के लिए भी ऐसी कोई line which is an icebreaker.
So one is that the person is very nicely dressed. I always praise them for their outfits. And मैंने देखा है कि लोग वाकई में बहुत अच्छा फील करते हैं when you tell them, sir, oh, very nice tie you're wearing. You must be having a great collection of ties. And that is the one icebreaker question where people start interacting with you. But there are so many other, but this is just one since you have asked only one, so I'm sharing one with you.
Which one is your favorite, by the way?
Yeah, this is my favorite. I always praise people for their attire. It's not that somebody is wearing some very shabby clothes और मेरे को जबरदस्ती ये line बोलना होता है तो मैं बोल देता हूँ. ऐसा नहीं होता. But if someone is really well dressed, so I always give them this compliment, and it has helped most of the times.
Right. So, I think it's the end of the podcast, sir. And we've had a great podcast. I loved speaking with you. Hopefully, we'll have much more conversations later as well. Thank you for coming to the podcast, sir.
Thank you, Akshay, for having me here. This is one of my favorite topic, networking. And this is a work in progress. So either you can be a masterpiece or a work in progress. We all are masterpieces. God has made us masterpieces, but it should always be a kind of work in progress. So thank you very much for having this podcast on one of the most important, most underrated topics, which is called effective networking. Thank you.
Pleasure is all mine, sir. So, guys, we just spoke with Mr. Vivek Johar. He's an effective networking coach. He holds several master classes offline. Soon, he's also going to start his master classes online. And I would urge all of you to, whenever it's launched, to definitely Google him up and attend one of his master classes online. Right? Thank you, guys. If you want us to shoot more such podcasts and bring value, since we talked about a lot of value in this podcast, so do not forget to like, subscribe, and share our channel. Thank you so much, guys.